Be collected. No more amazement. Tell your piteous heart there's no harm done.
Oh, woe the day.
No harm. I have done nothing. Care of thee. Thee, my dear one. Thee, my daughter. Who art ignorant what thou art, not knowing of whence I am, nor that I am more better than Prospero, master of a full poor self. And I, no greater father.
More to know than the remember with my thoughts.
'Tis time I should inform thee, father. Lend thy hand and pluck my magic garment from me. So, lie there and out. Wipe thou thine eyes. Have comfort. The direful spectacle of the wreck which touched the very virtue of compassion in thee, I have with such provision in mine art, so safely ordered. There is no soul, not so much perdition as in hair, betid to any creature on the vessel which thou heardst cry, which thou sawest sink. Sit, thou must now know farther.
You have often begun to tell me what I am, but stop and let me to a closing position, concluding, stay, not yet.
The hour is now come. The very man bids thee, open thy ear, obey, and be attentive. Canst thou remember a time before we came to this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou was not out, 3 years old.
Certainly, sir, I can.
By what? By any other house or person? Of anything the image found that kept thy remembrance?
'Tis far off, and rather like a dream than insurance that my remembrance warrants. Had I not yet 4 or 5 women once that tended me?
Perhaps, and more, Miranda. How is it that this lives in thy mind? What seest thou else in the dark, backward in the bosom of time? If thou rememberest aught ere thou camest here, how thou camest here thou mayest.
But that I do not.
12 years since, Miranda, 12 years since, thy father was the Duke of Milan and a prince of power.
Sir, weren't you my father?
Mother was a piece of virtue. She said thou was my daughter, and thy father was the Duke of Milan, his only heir and princess, no worse issue. My sister, thy aunt, called Antonia. I pray thee, mark me that a sister should be so perfidious. She next thyself of all the world I loved, and to her put the manage of my estate, as at that time to all the signores. It was the first, and Prospero, the prime duke, so reputed in dignity, and for the liberal arts, without a parallel. These are now my study, the government cast upon my sister, and to my state, grew stranger, and transported and wrapped in secret studies, thy false aunt. Dost thou attend me?
Sir, most hatefully.
And once perfected to grandsons, how to deny, who to advance, and who to trash for overtopping, new created the creatures that are mine. Save or change them, or else reform them. And invoke the key of officer and office, set all hearts in the stick to what tune pleased her ear. That now she was the ivy which had hid my princely trunk and sucked my verdure out on it. Dost thou attend?
Oh, good sir, I do.
I pray thee, mark me. I, neglecting worldlings, all dedicated to closeness, and the bearing of my mind with that which, by being so retired, or prize all popular rate, My false sister awaked an evil nature. My trust, a good parent, did not give it a falsehood in its contrary, as great as my trust was, which had indeed no limit. A confidence, sons bound. She, being thus lauded. Dost thou hear?
You tell, sir, the true deafness.
This king, neighbors, being an enemy, being better, hearkens my sister's suit, which was that he knew of the premises of homage, and I know not how much tribute should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom, and confer fair Milan with all its honors on my sister. Whereon a treacherous army levied one midnight, baited to the purpose, did Antonia open the gates of Milan. And in the dead of darkness, the ministers for the purpose hurried thence me and thy crying self.
Wherefore did they not thou destroy us?
Well demanded wench, my tale evokes the question. Dear, they durst not. In few, they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues to sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a butt, not rigged, nor tackled, sail, nor mast. The very rats instinctively have quit it.
How came you ashore?
By providence divine, some food we had in some fresh water, that a noble Neapolitan Gonzalo, out of his charity, who then being appointed master of this design, did give us, with rich garments, linens, stuffs, necessaries, that since have steadied much.
Would it might better see that man?
Hear the rest, Tossi's. Here, on this island, we arrived, and here have I, thy schoolmaster, made thee more profit than other princes can, who have more time for vainer hours, and tutors not so careful.
Heaven's thankful for it. And now my friend, sir, your reason for raising the sea storm.
No, thus far forth, by accident, most strange, hath divine providence. Now, my dear lady, mine enemies brought to shore. And by my presence, I find that my zenith doth depend on a most auspicious star, whose influence I not court, but omit my fortunes ever after true. Here, cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a good dullness. Give it way. I know thou canst not choose. Come away, servant, come. I am ready now. Approach, my Ariel, come.
All hail, great master, great star hail. I come to answer thy best pleasure, be it to swim, to fly, to dive into the fire, to ride the curved cloud. Do thy strong being task, Ariel, in all her quality.
Hast thou, spirit, formed to point the tempest thy aid thee?
To every article. I bring the kingship, now on the peak, now on the waist, the dead. In every cabin I flamed and reasoned. Sometimes I revived and burned in many places. The topmast, the bulwarks, the yards, let flame distinctly. Then meet and join. Joy's lightnings, the precursors of the dreadful thunderclaps. More momentarily in sight, not running or not. But fire, the cracks of the sulphurous roaring, the most mighty Neptune, seem to besiege and make his bold race tremble. Yeah, his great trident shake.
My brave spirit was so firm, so constant, this coil could not infect his reason.
Not so. Felt the fever of the man who plays consecration. Ah, but the mariners jumped into the foaming brine, bearing all the fire with me. The king's son, Ferdinand, was the first that left, with hair staring, then like reeds and not hair. Cried, hell is empty and all of them are here!
That's my spirit. Was not this nigh shore?
Close by me, master.
But are they buried safe?
Not a hair perished. On this sustaining garment's not a douche, but fresher than before. And in my backstroke, the troops I have dispersed and about the isle. The king's son I have landed by himself. Cooling of the air and signed, his arms in the sad knot.
Of the king's ship, the mariners, saved thou hast disposed, and all the rest of the fleet.
Safely in the harbor is the king's ship. In the deep brook, where once thou callest me up at midnight to fetch dew from the still decks of the moons. There she's hid, the mariners all under hatchet stowed, whom with the charm joined to the suffered labor I had left to sleep. And as for the rest of the fleet, whom I have dispersed, they have met and joined, and are upon the Mediterranean float, bound sad home for Naples, supposing that they saw the kingship wrapped in his great cursed carriage.
This is well done, my spirit. There's more work. What is the time of the day?
Past me, Susan.
At least the time of 6 and now. Lives both be spent most wisely.
Is there no toil? Since thou dost give me pain, let me remember thee what thou hast promised, which you not yet delivered me.
How now, moody? What is it thou canst demand?
My liberty.
Before the time be out? No more.
I prithee, remember I have done thee worthy service, told thee no lies, served without grudge or grumblings. Thou didst promise to bake me in 4 years.
Hast thou forgot from what a torment I did free thee?
No, sir.
Thou hast, and thinkest it much to tread the ooze of the salt deep, to run upon the sharp winds of the north, to do me business in the veins of the earth, when it is baked with frost.
I do not, sir.
Thou liest, malignant thing. Hast thou forgot foul witch Cyclops, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, sir.
Where was she born? Speak, tell me.
Sir, no jeer.
Oh, was she so? I must once in a month recount what thou hast been which thou forgettest. This damned witch Cyclops, for mischiefs manifold and sorceries terrible, to enter human hearing. From Argier, thou knowest, was banished. For one thing she did, you would not take her life. Is this not so?
Aye, sir.
This blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and here left. The sailors, thou, my slave, as thou reportest thyself, was then her servant. And for thou was a spirit too delicate to act on her earthly and abhorrent commands, refusing her grand hests, she did confine me by help of her more potent ministers, and in her most unmitigable rage, into a cloven pine, within which ripped, imprisoned, thou didst painfully remain a dozen years, within which space she died, and left thee there to beck thy groans as fast as mill wheels strike. Then was this island, save for the sun she did litter here, a freckled whelp hag born, not honored with human shape.
Yes, Caliban and her son.
Dull thing, I say so, he, that Caliban, whom now I keep in service. Thou best knowest what a torment I did find thee in. Thy groans did make wolves howl, and penetrate the breast of ever angry bears. It was a torment to lay upon the dam, which Cyclops could not again undo. It was my lot, when I arrived and heard thee, that made gape the pine, and let thee out.
Well, I thank thee, master.
If thou more murmurest, I will rend an oak and peg thee in his naughty entrails till thou hast howled away 12 winters.
Pardon, master. I will be correspondent to command and do my skirting gently.
Do so, and after 2 days thou shalt be free.
What shall I do? Say what? What shall I do?
Go, make thyself commit to the sea. Be subject to no sight, thine and mine. Invisible to every eyeball else. Go, take the shape, hither come in. Who never yields us a kind answer.
'Tis a villain striking not love to the cause.
As 'tis, we cannot miss him. He makes our wire, fetches in our wood, and serves in offices that do profit us. What? Ho! Slave! Caliban! Thou art thou speak!
There would not dare.
Come forth, I say! There's other business for thee. Come, thou tortoise, when? Fine apparition, my great area, hark in thy ear.
My lord shall be crowned.
Thou poisonous slave, got by the devil himself upon thy wicked dam. Come forth! For this, be sure tonight thou shalt have cramps. Side stitches shall pen up thy breath. Urchins shall, for that fast of night, that they may work all exercise on thee. Thou shalt be pinched as thick as honeycomb, each pinch more stinging than bees that made 'em.
I must seize my dinner. This all is mine by sacrifice, my mother, which thou takest from me. When thou camest first, thou strokest me and makest much of me. Wouldst give me water with berries in it, and teach me how to name the bigger light, and how the less can shine by day and night. And then I loved thee, and showed thee all the qualities of the eye. The fresh springs, the brine pits, the barren place, the fern. Curse the eye that did so. All the charms of Sycorax, toads, beetles, bats, flying. For I am all the subjects that you have, and here you will style whilst you keep from the rest of them.
Thou most lying slave, whom stripes may move, not kindness. I have used thee, filth as thou art, with most humane care, and lodged thee in mine own cell, as thou didst seek to violate the honor of my child.
Oh, what have you done? Thou didst grieve it. I had people else inside, and Caliban.
A poor slave, which any prince of goodness wilt not take, being capable of all ill. I pitied thee, took pains to make thee speak, taught thee each hour one thing or other. When thou didst not, know thy no meaning, but wouldst gather like a thing most brutish. I endowed thy purpose with words that made them known, but thy thou thing, though thou didst learn, had that in which good natures could not abide to be with. Therefore, wouldst thou, deservedly confined into this rock, perhaps deserve more than in prison.
You taught me language, and my property out of it is, I know how to curse. The red-headed preacher will teach me your language.
Hence! Hence! Fetch us some fuel and be quick! Thou art best to answer other business. Trust thou matters? If thou neglectest, or dost unwillingly what I command, I'll rack thee with old crests, fill all thy bones with aches, make thee roar, that beasts shall tremble at thy din.
No, pray thee, I must obey. His art is of such power, it will control my damned gods, Tebos, and make a battle.
So, slave, hence!
Come into these yellow sands and then take hands. Curtsy when you have them kiss. The wild waves whisk. Birds beat me here and there. Sweet sprites the burden bear. Hark! Hark! The watchdogs bark. Hark, I hear the strain of strutting chanticleer.
Where should this music be? In the air? Or the earth? Sounds no more. Sure, it palms and God's the island. Sitting on a bank, weeping again, King, my father's wrath. This music crept by on the waters, laying both their fury, my passion, sweet air. Thence I had followed it. It had drawn me rather, but it is gone. No, it begins again.
Full fathom wide my father lies. Of his bones are coral made. Those are pearls that were his eyes. Nothing of him that doth fade, but the suffer us he changed into something rich and strange.
The pity does remember my drawn father. This is no mortal business, nor no sound of your lips. Hear it now, both.
The fringed curtains of thine eye. Advance, and say what thou seest yon.
What is it? A spirit? Lord, how dost thou? It carries a brave form, but this is spirit?
No wench that eats and sleeps hath such senses as we have such. Scalant, which thou seest, was in the wreck, but is something stained with grief, that's beauty's canker. Thou mightst call him a goodly person. He hath lost his fellows, and strays about to find them.
I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural ever sounds so noble.
It goes on, I see, as my soul prompts it. Spirit, fine spirit, thou shalt be free of this.
Most sure the gods, on whom these earth attend. Vouchsafe, Hunter, may not you remain upon the side, that you will some good instruction give, long and buried. My prime request, which I do ask dances. What will you wonder if you be made or no?
No wonder, sir, but certainly nay.
My language? Heavens, I am the best of them that speak this speech, where I have learned to spoken.
Ha! The best. What wert thou if the king of Naples heard thee?
A single thing is I know, that wonders to hear thee speak of Naples. He does hear me, that he does, I weep. Myself in Naples, and with mine eyes, ne'er since it ever, beheld the king, my father right.
Allow for mercy.
His faith, and all his lords, Duchess of Milan, and her brave son, Queen.
The Duke of Milan, his more braver daughter, could control thee, if now forbid to do it. At the first sight they have changed eyes. That Harry, thou shalt be free. A word, good sir. I fear you have done yourself some wrong. A word.
What is my father's living gentleman? This is the third man at her side. The first that I have sight of. Pity will my father to incline my way.
O the Virgin, and your affection not gone forth, I'll make you the queen of Naples.
Soft, sir. One word more. Both in Eagle's powers, and the swift business I must uneasy make, as true light winning, make the prize light. One word more. I charge thee that thou attend me. Thou dost here usurp the name thou owest not, and hast put thyself upon this island as a spy to win it from me, the Lord on it.
No, because I am a man.
If such an ill can dwell such a temple, if the ill spirits will have fair house, good things will strive to dwell with it.
Follow me! Speak not you of him. He's a traitor. A manacle by neck and feet together. Sea water shalt thou drink. Thy food shall be fresh with muscles, withered roots, and husks, wherein the acorn cradle. Follow!
No, I will resist such entertainment till mine enemy has more power.
Oh, dear father, please not too rash a child with, for he is generous and not fearful.
What? I say my foot? My tutor? Put thy sword up, traitor, who makes it show but dares not strike. My conscience is so possessed with guilt. Come from thy ward, for I can here disarm thee with this stick and make thy weapon drop.
Beseech you, father.
Hence! Hang out my garments.
Sir, have pity on me, sure.
Silence! One word more. Shall they chide thee, if not hate thee? What? An advocate for an impostor? Hush! Thou thinkest there is no more such shapes as he. I have seen but him and Caliban. Foolish wench, to the most of men, this is a Caliban, and they, to him, are angels.
My affections are not humble. I have no ambition to speak with you, man.
Come on, obey. Thy nerves are in their infancy again, and have no vigor in them.
So they are. My spirits, as in a dream, are all gone. My father's loss, the weakness which I feel, the wrath of all my friends, nor the spendthrifts to whom I was approved. But light, my island, through my prison once a day, behold, all corners else of the earth, let liberty make use of. Space enough to buy such praise.
It works. Come on. Thou hast done well, fine area. Follow me. Hark, what thou else shalt do me.
Dear comfort, my father's a clear nature, sir. Then he appears by speech. This is a monster which now comes from him.
Thou shalt be as free as mountain winds, but then exactly to all points of my command.
To the syllable.
Come on. Speak not you for him.
Beseech you, sir, be merry. You have caused so great all of joy for escaping much beyond our life. Our hippo is come. Every day some sailor's wife, the masters of some merchant, and the merchant have just argued the world. But for the miracle, I mean our preservation. Few ingredients can speak like us. Then why, my good son, weigh our sorrows with our comfort.
Friendly peace. He receives comfort like cold porridge.
The visitor will not give him all, so
Look, he's riding with the water on his wings. By and by, they will strike.
Sir, one tell. When every great entertainment offer comes to the entertainer,
$1.
dollar comes from him indeed. You have spoken truer than you propose.
You'll take it wisely, and I meant you should.
Therefore, will.
Five spendthrifts of his time.
Very fair.
Well, I don't. But yet,
He will be talking.
Which, if your age or a good wage first begins to crow,
The old cock.
the cockerel,
Done. The wager?
alas,
A match.
Though the island seems to be desert,
So you're paid.
uninhabitable, and almost inaccessible,
Yes.
yet
it could not miss.
it must needs be of subtle, tender, and delicate temperance.
Temperance was a delicate wench.
Aye, and subtly you must splendidly deliver.
The air here breathes upon us sweetly.
Does it have lungs and rotten ones?
For us to perfume by a fen.
here is everything advantageous to life.
True, say means to live.
Of that there's none, or little.
Lush and lusty the grass looks. How green.
The ground indeed is tawny.
With an eye of green in it.
Oh, he misses not much.
No, it does mistake the truth totally.
But the rarity of it is, which is indeed almost beyond credit.
As many vouched rarities are.
The garments, being as they were, drenched in the sea, oh, notwithstanding their freshness and glosses, being rather new dyed and stained with sulfur.
But one of his pockets to speak, would it not say he lies?
Aye, very falsely popular this report.
Methinks that our garments are now as fresh as when we were at Tunis, at the marriage of the king's fair daughter Claribel to the king of Tunis.
It was a sweet marriage, we prospered well in our return.
Tunis was never great before, with such a paradise.
Not since widow Dio's time.
Widow died. A pox of that. How came that widow in? Widow died.
What if it's his widow or anus, too? Good Lord, how you take it.
Widow Dio, said you make me study that. She was of Tunis, not Carthage.
This Tunis was Carthage.
Carthage?
I assure you, Carthage.
His word is more than a miraculous hawk.
Hath raised the wall and houses,
What
too.
impossible magic can he make easy nets?
I think he will carry this island home in his pocket, give it to his son for an apple.
And sowing the kernels on it to the sea. Bring forth more islands.
Ah,
Quite good time.
sir, we were talking that our garments seem now as fresh as when we were at Tunis, at the marriage of your daughter, who is now queen.
And the rarest that ever came there.
Think, I beseech you, widow Dido.
Oh, widow Dido, aye, widow Dido.
Is not so, my daughter, as fresh as the first day of wood? I mean, in a sort.
That sort was well fished for.
When I were at your daughter's marriage,
You cram these words to my ears against the stomach of my sense, when I had never buried my daughter there before. Coincidence, my son is lost, and I married she too, who is so far removed from Italy and there again shall see her. O thou mine heir of Naples and Milan, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee?
Sir, he may live. I saw him beat the surges under him and ride upon their backs. He trod the waters whose enmity he flung aside and rested the surge most swollen that met him. His bold head above the contemptuous waves he kept, and oared himself with his good arms and lusty strokes to the shores that o'er his wave-worn basis bowed, as stooping to relieve them. I not doubt to come alive to this land.
No, no, it's gone.
Sir, you may thank yourself for this great loss. Thou wilt not bless our conduct with your daughter, rather lose her to an African, where she is banished from your eye and must cause great grief on it.
Pray thee peace.
You were nil to an importunate other land. Follow us, the fair soul herself. Weigh between lowness and obedience, in which into the beam should bow. Your son is lost. I fear forever. Milan and Naples have more widows in them than this business making, whom
and we bring men to comfort them. The fault your own.
Falls the dearest of the lost.
My lord Sebastian, the truth you speak thou lacks some gentleness and time to speak in. You love the sorrow and should bring up laughter.
Very well.
And most certain.
It is foul withers us all. Good sir, we are sorry.
Foul.
Very foul.
Had I a plantation of this isle, my lord,
It's so necessary.
Or ducks, or mallows.
and were king on it, what would I do?
Skipper being drunk over the wine.
In the Commonwealth, I would, by contraries, execute all things, for no unattractive would I admit. No name of magistrate, level should not be known. Riches, poverty, and use of service, none. Contract, succession, born, fatherland, guilt, vineyard, none. No occupation, all men idle, all, and women too, but innocent and pure, no sovereignty.
Yet he'd be king on it.
The latter end of his commonwealth forgets the beginning.
In the Commonwealth, all things in common, nature should produce without sweat or endeavor. Treason, felony, sword, fight, gun, or need of any engine. Would I not have, but nature should bring forth of its own kind, all poison, all abundance, to feed my innocent people.
No marrying among his subjects.
None man, all idle. Whores and knaves.
I would, with such protection, gallant sir, to excel the golden age.
Save his majesty.
Long live Gonzalo.
And do you marvel, sir?
Greatly, Lord. Thou hast talked nothing to me.
Well, I do believe your highness, and did it to minister occasion to these gentlemen, who are such sensible and noble those that they always used to laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Who am I in this merry carnival and nothing to you? So you may continue and laugh at nothing still.
What a blow they're giving.
Haven't fallen flat long.
Gentlemen are afraid men. You would let the moon out of her sphere, but you would continue in 5 weeks without change.
We would so. Go back.
Nay, good my lord, be not angry.
No, I'll warrant you. I will not adventure my discretion so weighty. Will you laugh and sleep? Ah, I'm very ready.
Go sleep and hear us.
What? Also soon asleep? I wish my eyes would shut up my thoughts. I find that I'm trying to do so.
Please, you sirs, do not omit the heavy honor. The solemn business are of God, but as a comforter.
We do, my lord, will guard your person while you take your rest and watch. For your sake.
Thank you. Wondrous. Heavy.
What a strange drowsiness possesses them.
Is the quality of the climate.
Why doth not then our eyelids sink? I find not myself disposed to sleep.
Nor I. My spirits are nimble. They fell together all as by consent, dropped, as by a thunderstruck. But with my worthy Sebastian, what might? No one. Yet methinks I see it in thy face, what thou shouldst be. The occasion speaks thee, and my strong imagination sees a crown dropping upon thy head.
What? Art thou waking?
Do you not hear me speak?
I do, but surely is a sleepy language. Thou speakest not thy sleep.
No, Sebastian. Thou lets that fortune sleep. Die, rather. Wings while thou art waking.
While I'm standing in water.
Then I'll teach you how to flow.
Do so.
Oh, if you but knew how you the purpose cherish knows us minds. Vessel. Although this Lord we remember this, we shall be of as little memory when he is heard. And you're almost persuaded.
persuaded, for he is a spirit of persuasion. Only professes to persuade the king that his son's alive. 'Tis as impossible that he's undrowned as he that sleeps here swims.
I have no hope that he isn't drowned.
Well, after that, no hope. But a great hope have you. No hope that way. It's another way. So high a hope that even ambition cannot pierce a wink beyond without discovery there. Will you grant with me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then tell me, who is the next heir of Naples?
Clarabelle.
She that is queen of Tunis. She that dwells 10 leagues beyond a man's life. She that can have no note unless the sun will post.
What stuff is this? How say you? 'Tis true my brother's daughter is queen of Tunis. So is she heir of Naples. Which regions there is some space?
A space whose every cubit seems to cry, how shall that Clarabelle measure us back to Naples? Keep in Tunis. Let Sebastian look. Say, this were death that now sees them. But they were no worse than now they are. Or that you bore the mind I do, but to slave for this for your advancement. You understand?
Methinks I do.
And how does your content tender your own good fortune?
I remember you did to flaunt your brother Prospero.
True. And look how well my garments sit upon me. Much fitter than before. My brother's servants were then my fellows. Now they are my men.
But for your conscience.
Why, where lies that? If it were hard to put me to my slipper, but I feel not this deity in my bosom. Here lies your brother. No better than the earth he lies upon. And if he were that, which now he's like, that's dead, whom I, with this obedient steel, 3 inches of it, can lay to bed forever. Whilst you, doing thus to perpetual wake for eye to this ancient morsel, this root, who should not upbraid our course. For all the rest, they'll take suggestion as a cat lacks smell. They'll tell the clock to any business that we say befits the hour.
Thy case, dear friend, should be my precedent.
Draw together then, and when I rear my hand, you do the like to follow it, unresolved.
Oh, one word.
My master, through his art, foresees the danger that you, his friend, are in, and sends me forth. Or else his project dies, and to keep them living. While the snoring here to lie open like conspiracy, it's time to take. Give up life and keep a care, shake off slumber, and beware, then let us fall to the sun. Awake! Awake!
No, Fernando! You're not the king! Wait! Why are you coming? What for the gas? What's the matter?
While always do your securing your clothes. Even now, we're in a hollow burst of bellowing like wolves. Hurrah, the lion! Did I wake you? It struck my ear most terribly.
I heard nothing.
'Twas a din brought a monster's ear, to make an earth. For sure it was a roar of hope and violence.
Heard you just Gonzalo?
Why not? I heard a hum and a strange one too, which did awaken me. I shake yourself light. As I opened my eyes, I saw the weapon drawn. The noise is buried. 'Tis best we stand upon the guard, but that we witness this. Let us go.
Be off this grill. Let's make further haste from our poor son.
Heaven, keep him from these beasts, for he is sure in the iron.
My lord, you know that I can. So King will take me on to see my son.
All the infections that son, from gods
flat on prosperous fall, and make you my jubilant disease. His spirit hear me, and yet I needs must curse. But don't pinch me, frighten me with urchin shows, pitch me in the mire, nor leave me like a firebrand in the dark out of my way, unless he bid. But for every trifle they set upon me, sometimes like apes that mow and chatter, and ask to bite me. Then, like hedgehogs, which lie tumbling in my barefoot way, and mount their pricks at my footfall. Sometime am I all wild with arrows, who with cloven tongues do hiss me into madness. Lo now, lo, here comes the spirit of his, and to torment me for bringing the wood in slowly. Off my flat, perchance he will not mind me.
Here's neither a bush nor shrub to bear off any weather, and another storm is brewing. I hear it singing in the wind. Yon same black cloud, yon huge one. It looks like a ball bombarded that would shed its liquors. If it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. Yon same cloud cannot choose but to fall from the What have we here? A man or a fish? Dead or alive? Oh, a fish. It smells like a fish. A very ancient fish-like smell. Not of the newest Port John. A strange. Were I in England, as I once was, and had but this fish painted, not a holiday fool there would give but a piece of silver. There would this beast think of mine. Any strange beast there makes a run. He's naked like a man. And fins like arms. Arm on my trot. I do not loosen my faith, hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander that hath lain and suffered by a thunderstroke. Alas, another storm is coming. There's no other shelter here about. My best way is to creep under his cavity. Misery equates a man with strange bedfellows. I will here shroud till it dreads of the storm.
I shall avoid the sea, here shall I die sure. This is a very scurvy thing to see a man's funeral. But here's my comfort. The master, the swabber, the boatswain, and I, the gunner and his mate, love foul, beg, and marry, but none of us cared for Kate. For she had a tongue with the tang, but cried to a sailor, go hang. Love not the savor of tars or pitch, yet a tailor might scratch her where she did itch. Then to sea, boys, and let her go hang. This is a very scurvy tune, too.
Do not torment me. Oh.
What's the matter? Have we devils here? Do you put tricks upon us? I have not escaped drowning to be afeard now of your poor legs. and gifted angels with him. He shall be a present for any emperor that ever trod on neat's leather.
Do not torment me, prithee. I'll bring my wood home faster.
He's in his fit now, and does not speak after the wild. He shall taste of my bottle. Then, if he had never drunk wine before, it will go near to remove his fit. If I can recover him and keep him tame, I will not take too much for it. And he that had him shall pay for him, and that soundly.
Thou dost me yet but little hurt. Thou wants an arm, I know it by thy trim. Now, prosper works upon me.
Go on your way. Here's that little good language to you, cat. Open your mouth. This will shake your shaking. I can tell you in that sound. You cannot tell who your friend. Open your chaps again.
I should know that voice, but he is drowning.
And these are devils.
Oh,
Four legs and two voices of the most delicate monster. His forward voice is to speak well of his friend, and his backward voice is to let a fowl speak into the track. If all the wine in my bottle will recover him, I will help his AQ. Come. Amen. Let me pour some in thy own.
Stefano!
Doest thou in the mouth, company? Mercy, mercy. This is a devil and no monster. I will leave him. I have no long spoon.
Stefano, if thou be Stefano, touch me, speak to me. It is Trinculo. Be not afraid. It is thy good friend Trinculo.
If thou beest Trinculo, come forth. I'll pull thee by the longer leg. If any be Trinculo's leg, these are they. Thou art very Trinculo indeed. But how comes thou to be the siege of this moon cat? Can he fit Trinculo?
I hope now thou art not drowned. Is this storm over no? I hid me under. Is it that Lucas Carabini fear of the storm? Art thou living, Stefano? I hope now thou art living. Oh, Stefano! Do the impossible! Save me! Really?
Now turn me about. My stomach is full of monster.
These be fine things, and if they be not sprites, that's a brave God and very celestial liquor. I will kneel to him.
How didst thou escape? How comes thou hither? Swear by this bottle thou comes thou hither. Aye, escaped on a bloodless sack, which the sailors heaved overboard by this bottle, which I made from the bark of a tree, with my own hands since I was cast ashore.
I'll swear upon that bottle to be thy true subject, for the liquor is not earthly.
Here, swear then that thou escaped.
I swam ashore, man, like a duck. I could swim like a duck.
Here, kiss thou book. Though thou canst swim like a duck, thou remain like a goose.
Oh, Stefano, hast thou been this?
The whole Buckland, my cellars that are up by the seaside where my wine is hid. How now, Mooncat? How is thine ague?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Out of the moon, I do assure thee. I was the man in the moon in time of life.
I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee, and thy dog, and thy bush.
Here, swear contents. Where?
By this light, this is a very shallow monster. I had feared of it. The man in the moon, a most poor, courageous monster. Well drawn monster, in good sooth.
I'll show thee every firmament of the island. I'll kiss thy foot. I prithee, be my bride.
By this light, this is a most perfidious and drunken monster. When God is asleep, he'll rob his body.
I'll kiss thy foot. I'll swear myself thy subject.
Come then, down and swear.
I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster, a most scourging monster. I could find it in my heart to beat it.
Kiss.
Or monsters in dreams, and an abominable monster.
I'll show thee the best springs. I'll pluck thee berries. I'll fish for thee and give thee wood enough. A plague one time will I serve. I'll bear thee no more sticks, but I'll follow thee, thou wondrous man.
A most ridiculous monster, to make wonder of a poor drunkard.
And prithee, let me bring thee where the crabs grow. With my long nails, I'll dig thee pignuts, show thee a jade's nest, and instruct thee how to snare the little monsters. Young scoundrels from the rocks. Wilt thou go with me?
Pretty. Now lead the way without any more talking. Drink it all. The king and all our company else being drowned, we will inherit here. Therefore, bear my bottle, fellow Trinculo. We'll fill it by and by again.
Farewell, master, farewell, farewell.
A howling monster, a drunken monster.
No more dams, I'll make for fish. No fishing firing, that's required. No skate tree, no wash dish. Ban, ban, count ban. How's the new master? Give a new man. Freedom, highway, freedom. Freedom, highway, freedom.
Oh, brave monster, lead the way.
Ban, ban, count.
Their recent sports were painful, and their labor lifeless and sorrow. Some kinds of cases are nobly undergone, and most poor matters point to rich ends. This, I mean that these heavy, is odious. The mistress which I serve quickens what's dead, and makes my labors pleasures. She is 10 times more gentle than her father is better. He is composed of harshness. I must remove some thousands, pile them up upon a sore injunction. My sweet mistress weeps when she sees me work. To such baseness, never like this. I forget. But these sweet thoughts do refresh my labors. Most busy these when I do it.
Alas, not very good. Or not so high. I will be like the husband of this last change on Ohio. For I said, fellow mistress, when this very morning, 2 weeks I have neared you, my father is hard at study. Pray now rest yourself, be safely through hours.
I must, dear mistress. The sun will set if I shall discard this.
If you sit down, I'll bring you out the wine. Pray give me that. I'll carry it to the fire.
No, precious creature. I'd rather crack my sinews, break my back, then you should such dishonor let her go, while I sit easy by.
Please come in. I feel it needs me, and I should do it with much praise, and my good goes to it, and yours is the case.
Poor woman, heart infected. This visitation shows it.
You look weary.
Oh, dear mistress, 'tis fresh morning, me, you are by. I do beseech you, chiefly that I might sit in my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, my father, look at his face.
I admire her. She's the top of that fish, worth what's dearest to the world. I am, in my condition, your prince, Miranda. You think a king would not so. And would no more endure his wooden slavery and to suffer the flesh fly there on all. Hear my soul speak. Very instant that I saw you with my heart fly to your face. There resides the human slave. For your sake, mine is patient love. Oh heaven, O earth, bear witness to this sound found by Professor kind event if I speak truth. All birth is best voted for mystery. I, beyond all limit else in the world, to love, prize, find.
I'm looking for a
Fair encounter of two most rare affections. Heaven, embrace on that which breathes between. Wherefore we meet.
I'm looking. I do not often questions I like to give, and much to take questions I will not. But this is trifling, and all the more to hide itself, bigger vocal shows. Hence, fashion between. And contemplate how innocent. I'm your wife if you will marry me. If not, I'll marry you. To be a fellow, you may deny me, but I'll be your servant, whether you will or no.
Most dear mistress, and I, thus humble ever.
My husband then?
Yea, with the hardest wound is fond to cheer of freedom. Here's my name.
And mine? And with my heart. And now farewell. Oh, happy life.
Thousand.
And as happy as they, I cannot be what surprise with all. But my joy at nothing can be greater. Onto my book. I yet must ere supper time perform much business appertaining.
Great servant, Master, when I think you. That you're almost set in my head.
You are a braver monster indeed, if they were set on his tail.
My man Monster has drowned his tongue in sack. As for my part, the sea could not drown me. I swear it. I could recover the shore 50 and 30 leagues off and on. By this light, thou shalt be my lieutenant, Monster, or my standard.
Your lieutenant you in this? He's no standard.
Will not run, Monsieur Monster.
Nor go neither, but you will lie like dogs and say nothing neither.
Mooncalf, speak once in thy life, if thou beest a good mooncalf.
How is thine honor? Let me touch you. On my servant. He is a good valiant.
Servant monster, I am in case to just a constable. Why thou debauched fish? Was there ever a man, a coward, that hath drank so much sack as I today? Wilt thou tell a monster's life, being but half a fish and half a monster?
Oh, how you mock me. Wilt thou let him, Lord?
Lord, you quote, to be natural.
No, no, again.
But
prove a mutineer? The next tree. The poor monster's my subject, and shall not suffer indignity.
I thank my noble lord. Wilt thou be pleased to hearken once again to the suit I made to thee?
Very well. Now repeat it. I will stand, and so shall treat you, Lord.
As I told thee before, I am subject to a tyrant, a sorcerer, that by his cunning have cheated me of the island.
Thou liest!
Thou liest, thou pesky monkey, thou! I was my very master to destroy thee. I do not lie.
Trinculo, trouble the monster once more in his tail, and by this hand I will supplant some of your teeth.
What? I said nothing.
Mountain in the bar. Proceed.
I say by sorcery he got this isle. From me he got it. If thy greatness will revenge it on him, for I know thou darest, but this thing dare not.
That's most certain.
Thou wilt be lord of it, and I'll serve thee.
How now shall this be to pass? Canst thou bring me to the party?
Yea, yea, Lord. I yield to thee asleep, where thou mayest knock a nail into his head.
Thou liest, thou canst.
What a fine thing is this, thou scurvy catch. I do beseech thy greatness, give him blows and keep the bottle from him. When that's gone, he shall drink not the front, for I'll not show him where the quick freshes are.
Trinco, run into no further danger. Interrupt the monster one word more, and by this hand I'll turn my mercy outdoors and make a stockfish of thee.
Why? I said nothing. I will go further on here.
Spit down I'll say you lie.
Thou liest.
Do I so? Think thou? As you like this, and give me the lie another time.
I did not mean to lie. You had your wit. Here you go. And what's on your bottle this time, see, dude? If you're not on your shirt, you trouble. Peter!
Come, proceed with your tale. Stand further off.
Beat him enough, and after time I'll beat him too.
Stand further. Come, proceed.
And I told thee, 'tis a custom with him in the afternoon to sleep. There thou mayest friend him, having first possessed his books. Or with a log, batter his skull, or punch him with a stick, or cut his wee sand with thy knife. Remember, first possess his books, for without them he is but as soft as I am, and hath not one spirit to command. They all do hate him as rootedly as I. Burn his books. He has brave utensils, for so he calls them, which when he has a house, he'll deck with them. But most deeply to consider is the beauty of his daughter. He himself calls her a non-virile. I never saw one who was psychops my dad. And she is far surpasses Zygrax, as grace does the least.
Is it so brave a lass?
Aye, Lord, she will become that bed I want, and bring forth brave brood.
Monster, I will kill this man. His daughter and I shall be king and queen, say more graces, and Trinculo and thyself shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo? Give me thy hand. I'm sorry I beat thee. For long thou livest, keep a good tongue in thy hand.
Within this half hour when he is asleep, wilt thou destroy him?
Ah, on my honor.
Thou makest me merry. I am full of pleasure. Let us be joker. Wilt thou show that you taught me what's wild?
At thy request, I
that give delight, but hurt not. Sometimes bells and twanging instruments will hum about my ear, and then voices, which if I had waked after long sleep, would make me sleep again. And then, in dreaming, the clouds we thought were open show riches ready to fall upon me. That when I waked, I cried to dream again.
This shall prove a brave kingdom, where I shall have no music for nothing.
When prosperous, sure.
That shall be by and by. I remember the story.
The truth is going away. Let's follow it after you are work.
Leave, monster! Well, follow. I would. I would see this thing. Let it on.
Well, come. Come on. My lord shall know of this.
Dear lady, I can go no further, sir. Here's a maid flying indeed through forthrightly meanders. By your patience, I indeed must rest me.
Oh, Lord, cannot blame thee, for whom myself captured foreigners to the dwellings of my spirits. Sit down and rest. For even now I'll put off my robe, and keep it no longer to my flatter. For he who thus we stray find is lost. The sea marks our frustrated search on land. Well, there we go.
I'm very glad you saw us both. Did not for one recall, for those rivers that you resolved to protect.
The next advantage we'll take thoroughly.
Let me tonight, for now they are pressed to travel. They will not reckon at usage vigilance is when they are fresh.
The same tonight, no more.
Margaret! Like a friend! Hark!
Marvelous. Good music.
Because kind keeper, heaven, or worthy.
A living tolerate. Now with their uniforms, then ready as one tree. Called pigs of one pigs, this our reigning there.
I will be both. And what does that one come to me and I was told the truth. Travelers there, they lie, the fools at home condemn them.
If it may more, I should report this. Would they believe me? If I should say I saw such islanders, for such these are people of the island, who though they are monstrous shape, yet know their manners are more gentle kind than of our human generations yourself kind, meaning nay, alms in.
I said well, honest Lord. For some of you, that presence was the devil. I cannot too much view such shapes, at such gestures, at such sound, expressing, although what the use of tongue, a sort of excellent, double discourse. Praise, depart,
They vanished strangely.
New matter, since they left their Bible behind. What a pleasing taste what is here.
not I.
Then, sir, we need not fear. We were boys who believed that there were mountaineers, doomed like that bull whose throats had eaten the wallet of flesh, or that there were such men whose heads stood in their breasts, which now we find each a fire of fire, for one will bring but one another.
I was sent to and feed, although my dad, what Philipestus passed. Brother, Lady Duchess, stand to, and do as we.
You are free men of sin, whom destiny has instruments of the world, and all that is in the air, serpentine, cause, felt of you, and on the side of the no man does inhabit. You must live more fun fit to live by that we demand. And even though such like valor men hang and crown their proper self. You will! I, my fellow, from the face, yelling to the moon, your cause of temperament, of wounds, allow please, or be not sad, but still those lines, that diminish one down in mine. If you hurt, play a sword, run out to match for his first, but remember, free from a land in so flat with prosper, exposed unto the sea, which hath acquitted the enemy and the child. Who would solve these? The power of delaying and not forgiving, hath beset the seas and shores, yea, all creatures against your peace. See if thy son Alonso they have breath, and do now by me lingering perdition, worse than any death can be at once. Shall step by step attend you when your ways, with wrath God from here to the desolate isle, else falls upon your head. Nothing, heart sorrow, and a clear life soon.
Bravely, as the figure of his heart be performed, my error, of grace is had fallen. Of my instruction hast thou nothing vain what thou hast to say. And so, good life, and observation strange, my meaner ministers that several times have done. These, my nephews, are all the of their destruction. They are in my power, and these fits I leave them while I visit young Ferdinand, whom they suppose is drowned, and his and mine beloved John.
In the name of something holy, sir, why stand you with this strange star?
It was monstrous. Monstrous. It was conspicuous as the wind did singing. And the thunder, that deep, dreadful organ clap, did pronounce the name of prosper. It did vast my trespass. Therefore, my son, he loses bed, shall seek a father and a brother sound. I wonder, there my mother.
Going to be that time, I'll fight for you, Lord.
I'll be that time.
All three of them, the great joke, given like poison to work a great kind master, now tends to bite the spirit. I do beseech you, the hour of subtler joints, found them with and hinder them from what this ecstasy may now provoke them to.
If I too austerely punished you, your compensation makes amends. Right here, in your third of mine own life, or that for which I live, who once again I tendered to thy hand. All thy vexations, above all thy trials of thy love, and thou hast strangely stood the test. Here, before heaven, I ratify this, my rich gift. O Ferdinand, now smile at me thy boaster, which thou find to outstrip all praise and make it halt behind her.
I do believe it. Against an oracle.
Then, it's my gift, thine own ambition worthily purchased. Take my daughter. But, just break the virgin knot before all sanctimonious ceremonies made, with full and holy rite be ministered. No sweet aspersions shall the heavens let fall to make this contract grow. But barricade, sour-eyed disdain and discord shall bestrew the union of your bed with weeds so lowly. You shall hate it, Lord. Therefore, take heed, and kindness land shall light you.
As I hope for quiet days, perishing, long life, such love as it is now, the murkiest and the most opportune place, the strongest suggestion our worship meetings can, shall never melt when armed to love, to take away the edge of that day's celebration, and I shall think Phoebe's deeds are gone, and night will change the world.
Very spoken. Sit then and talk with her. She is thine own. What? Ariel, my industrious servant, Ariel. Come, Ariel.
What's with my potent master? Here I am.
Thou and me and fellows, your last service is worthily performed, and I must use you in such another trip. Go, bring the rabble, or whom I give thee power, here, this place. Incite them to quick movement, where I must bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some vanity of mine art. It is my promise, they expect it from me.
Presently,
I, with a twin.
before you can say come and go with green twice and cry, so, each one sipping on his own beer with mouth and roll. Do you love me, master? No?
Dearly, my captain Harry. Do not approach. Or just hear and call.
Well, I conceive.
Look thou, be true. Do not give dalliance too much to the rain. The strongest yoke is but straw to the fire of the blood. Be more and steadiest, or else, good night, your vow.
I warrant you, sir, the white cold virgin snow upon my heart, bathes the ardor of my lips.
Well, come, Ariel. Bring a corollary rather than want, a spirit. Appear in purple. No tongue, all eyes, silence. Caliban is Confederates against my life. The minute of that plot is almost come. Well done, boys, no more.
Strange. Father, my words are strong.
Never took a mistake. Saw him in touch with anger, so distempered.
You do look, my son, in a mood of sort, as if you were dismayed. Be cheerful, sir. Our rebels now are ended, and these are actors, as I foretold you. We're all spirits, and are fading into air, into thin air. Like the faceless fabric of this vision, cloud captures, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which inherit, dissolve, and like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a wreck behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. And our little life is grounded asleep. Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness. My old brain is troubled. Do not disturb my infirmity. If you be pleased, retire to my cell. There in the coals, a turn to a walk still, like beating mine. We wish you peace. Come with a thought, Ariel. Spirits, we must prepare to meet the beast, Yahweh.
I will, Commander. I thought you had told thee to forbid lest I might anger thee.
Say, didst thou leave these bodies?
I told you, sir. You were red hot with drinking, so full of valor that they smoked the air, forbidding their faces, beat the ground with the kissing of their feet. Yet always bending toward their project. So I beat on the table, at which I knew I called to prick their ears at their eyelids and uplifted their noses as they smelled sweet music. So I charmed theirs, at which they, my lowered cap, I followed through toothbriars and sharp buzzes and pricking glass and thorns, which entered their frail shins. At last they left them. In the elemental pool beyond your cell, there dancing up to their shins that the filthy lake oars stuck their feet.
This is well done, my bird. Thy shape, invisible, retained thou still. The trumpery, my house. Go, bring it hither to stale, to catch these thieves. A devil, a born devil, on whose nature nurture can never stick, on whom my pains humanely taken all lost, quite lost. And as with age his body uglier grows, so his mind cankers. I will plague them all, even to roaring. Come, lay them on this stone.
Monster, I
to all of horses, at which my lord has been great indignation.
So is mine. Do you hear me, monster? If I should take a displeasure against you, look out!
Now work the ox monster.
Good my lord, give me that favor still, for the prize I'll bring thee to shall hood this jack. Therefore, speak softly. I'll hush this midnight yet.
Ah! Would you lose your bottle in the pool?
There is not only disgrace and dishonor in that monster, but an infinite loss.
That means more to me than my wedding. Yet this you call your harmless sparrow monster?
I will fetch off my bottle, though I bear ears for my labor.
Prithee, my king, be quiet. Seest thou here? This is not sound. No noise and enter. Do yet good mischief, which will make this island thine own forever. And I thy calaban, for I thy footmaker.
Give me thy hand. I do begin to have bloody thoughts.
That bottle! Oh, here! A worthy one! Look what a mortal was here for thee!
Let it alone, thou fool, it is but trash.
The monster! You know what belongs to the frippery.
Put off that gown, Shrinkilo. By this hand I'll have that gown.
And thy grace shall have it.
The just drown this fool. What do you mean to know thou fetch luggage? Stand alone and do the murder first. If he awake from toe to crown, the blood into pinches, make a strange stop.
Be you quiet, monster? Mistress mine, not this my jerkin. Now is the jerkin under the line. Now, jerkin, you are like to lose your hair, and prove a bald jerkin.
Do, be still by nine and devil. It's like your grace.
I think he's for the jest. And here's a garment sport, which will not go unrewarded while I'm king of this country. Still, my line is level, an excellent pastoral favor. Here's another garment.
Monster! Go put some lime on your finger and away with the rest.
I will have none of it. Who shows their time and I'll turn the bottom or aches and forehead filled with snow.
Monster, lay to your face. Don't the bear this away when my host of wine is, or I'll turn you out of my kingdom. Go to, carry this.
And this.
And this.
Hey, mountain, hey! You're bad! I'm bad! The charge, my goblins, of any crime their joints would try. Shorten up their sleeves with ancient trends, or pitch spotted victims and foul, while catamount. Shortly shall my labors end. For a little, Father, do me service. Now, the
as my project gathered to a head. My charms crept not, my spirits obeyed, and time was upright in its carriage. How's the day?
Understood, sir. At which time, my lord, you said our work should cease.
I did say so. First, raise the tempest. Say, spirit, that the king is following.
Couldn't find you again. In the same fashion as you gave the charge, just as you left them. All prisoners, sir. The king, his brother, your sister. Abide, all three distracted, and the remainder mourn over them, grim full of sorrow and dismay. But chiefly him, sir, the one whom you've turned, the good old Lord Gonzalo. His tears run down his cheeks like winter's drops from leaves of reeds. Your charms are strong and wholesome, sir, that if you beheld them now, your affections would become more tender.
Thou think so, spirit?
Mine would, sir. Were I human?
And mine shall. Hast thou, which art the air, a touch, a feeling, their affliction, and shall not myself, one of their kind, but relish all as sharply, passions as they, kindly unmoved as thou art? Though with their high wrong I am struck to the quick, yet my nobler reason, yet my fury, I take pause. Rare action is in virtue and vengeance. They, impenitent soul drift of my purpose, extend from go, release them, Ariel. My charms will break, their senses storm, they shall be themselves.
I'll fetch them, sir.
Ye elves of hills, brooks, standing lakes and groves, and you that on the sand with Christmas foot, who chase the ebbing into, and who fly him when he comes back. You demi puppets, who by the moonshine to the green sour ringlets make, whereof the yew not bites. And you, pastime, to make midnight ushers that rejoice to hear the solemn curfew. By whose aid, weak masters of the beat, I have endeared the noontide sun. Come forth the mutinous winds, twixt the green sea and azure vault, set roaring forth. To the dread rattling thunder have I given fire, and rifted Jove's stout oak with his own bolt. Strong-faced promontory have I made shake, and by the spurs plucked up the pine and the cedar. Rays of my flame have waked their sleeping bolt, and let them forth by mine, so potent art. But this rough magic I here endure. And when I am in need of some heavenly music, even now, I am to work mine end upon their senses that this airy charm is for. I'll break my step, buried certain fathoms in the earth, and deeper than did ever from its sound, I'll drown my book. Solemn air, the best comforter for an unsettled fancy. Cure thy brains, now useless, forever in thy skull. There, stand, where you are all spell-stopped. Holy Gonzalo, honorable man, mine eyes have been sociable to the show of thine fall felony drops. The charm solves peace, and as the morning steals upon the night, melting darkness, so with their rising senses they begin to chase ignorant views that mantle their clear reason. O good Gonzalo, my true preserver, and a loyal servant to him followest, shall pay thy graces home in word and deed. Most cruelly didst thou, Alonso, use me in my daughter. Thy brother was a furtherer of the act, though I pinched for it now, Sebastian. You, flesh and blood, sister mine, entertain ambition, expel remorse in nature, who here with Sebastian, whose inward pinches are therefore more strong, have killed your king. I do forgive you, unnatural though thou art. Their understanding begins to swell, as the reasonable tide will soon fill the shore that all has followed money. Not one of them that can look on me, nor would know me. Harry, fetch me the cloak for myself. I will disgace me for myself content, as I was some time ago. Behold, Sir King, the wronged Duke Milan, Prospero. For more assurance that a living prince does not speak to thee, I embrace thy body, and to thee thy company with a hearty welcome.
Whether thou fearest here or no, or so attack the trifle to abuse me, as late I have been, I not know. Thy pulse beats of flesh and blood, and since I saw thee, the affliction of mind of man, with which I fear, it madness of. This was crazy. And if it be at all, a strange story indeed. I duped them, I resigned. And through a treaty, pardon me my wrong. Well, how should Crawford be living and be here?
First, noble friend, let me embrace thine age, whose honor cannot be measured or confined.
Whether this be or be not, I'll not swear.
You do yet taste some subtleties of the island that will not let you believe things certain. Welcome, sir. But you, my prince of lords, who are so minded, I could hear pluck his highness frown upon you and justify you traitors. At this time, I will tell no tales. The devil speaks to him. No! But you, wicked one, whom you call sister, would even infect my mouth. The Jew give and rankest reward. All of them. And require my duty of thee. I know the force thou must restore.
If thou beest prosperous, here is particulars thy preservation, who 3 hours since were back upon the shore, wild lost. How sharp the corners remembrances. My dear son, Ferdinand.
These lords, I do perceive this encounter, do so much admire, to devour their reason, and scarce believe their eyes to offices of truth, or words are natural breath. But howsoever you have been jostled from your senses, know for certain that I am Prospero, that very duke which is thrust forth from Milan, most strangely, upon this shore, where you, wrecked, landed to be the Lord on it. No more than this, which is a chronicle day by day, not a relation or breakfast, nor befitting this first meeting. Welcome, sir, to the cell of my court. Here are my few attendants and subjects, none abroad. Pray, look in. My dukedom, since you have given me again, I will requite you this good thing. At least bring forth a wonder to content he as much as me, my dukedom.
This new division of the island, what their son's voice shall lose.
A most high miracle will the seas threaten. They are merciful. I have personally no cause.
Now the message of glad father, who passed me about, arrives, and say how thou camest here.
I wonder, how many good living creatures are there here? Have you just mankind? Or pray me won't have such people in it?
Tis new. Feed.
Whom is this maiden that thou hast that flavor? The hours of praise can be 3 hours. Is she the goddess who has severed us, and thus brought us here together?
Sir, she is mortal, but by immortal providence, she is mine. I chose her, and I could not ask my father for his advice. Nor thought I had one. She is daughter to this famous Duke of Milan, of whom so often I have heard renowned, never stopped, of whom I received a second life, and a second father. This lady is him to me.
And I am hers. But oh, how all of us sound that must have no child to begin with.
There, sir. Stop. It's not further than our remembrances, with the heaviness that's gone.
I have in you when all should have struck ere this. Look down in the ground, and upon this couple drop a blessed crown. For it is you who have trampled the way which has brought us hither.
I say amen, Gonzalo.
must belong, thrust from alone, that his issue should become king of Naples, or rejoice beyond a common joy, and set it down with bold, unlasting pillars. In one voyage, the Clarabelle, her husband signed the truce, and Ferdinand, her brother, on a wife where he himself was lost. Crossroad, his dukedom in the Four Isles, and all of us ourselves, where no man was his own.
Give me your hand. That grief and sorrow still breaks his heart, but does not wish you joy.
So be it, amen.
There are still yet mysteries and few odd lads of your company who remember not.
Every minute ship, all around. Let the line take care for itself. For all the courageous, bully monster courageous.
These be true spies which are very hope. This be a good desire.
Oh, Tatico, how brave the spirits are, how fine my master is. I'm afraid he will chastise me.
What are these things, Lady Antonia? Will money buy them?
Very like. One of them is a plain fish, no doubt marvelous.
Mark the badges of these men, my lords, and say they be true. This misshapen maid, his mother is a witch. One so strong to control the moon, ebbs and flows, and dear in her command without her power. These three have robbed me, and this demi-devil, for he's a bastard one, had plotted with them to take my life. Two of these fellows you must know and own. This thing, darkness, I acknowledge is mine.
I shall be pinched to death.
Is this not Stefano, my drunken brother?
He is drunk now. Or how do you want
And Trinculo is really right for one. Where that come across this grand neck that killed him? Say it's how you come with this pickle.
It's been such a big since I saw you last. You're not sure. How now, Stefano? Oh, touch me not. I am not Stefano, but a crayon.
You be king of the isle, Sirrah.
I should be a soul then.
That's the strangest thing as I ever looked on.
He's as disproportionate in his manners as in his shape. Go, Sirrah, to my cell. Take with you your companions, as you look to have my pardon. Trim it handsomely.
I will, and I'll be wise hereafter, and seek for grace. What a thrice double ass was I to take this drunkard for a god, and worship this dull fool.
Go to, away.
Have you stole your nuggets when you come?
Stole it, brother.
Sir, I invite your highness and your train to my full cell, where you shall have your rest this one night, part of which I shall waste with such discourse as I have done, shall make it quick away. The story of my life, and the particular accidents gone by since I came to the isle. And in the morn, I'll bring you to your ship, and so to Naples, where I hope to see the nuptials. These are dear beloved solemnized, and where every third thought shall be of my grave.
I long to hear the story of your preservation.
I'll deliver all. Promise you calm seas, auspicious gales, and sails so expeditious as to catch your royal fleet far off. hands. Be free. And fare thou well. Please you, draw near. Now my charms are all o'erthrown. What strength has mine own, which is most faint. Now 'tis true, I must here be confined by you, or sent to Naples. Let me not, since I have my dukedom got, and pardon, deceiver, dwell this bare island by your spell. But release me from my bands with the help of your good hands. Gentle breath of yours my sails must fill, or else my project fails, which was to please. Now I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant. My ending is despair, unless you relieve by prayer, which pierces so that it assaults mercy itself and frees from faults. As you, in crimes, would pardon be, but your indulgence set me free.